And LeBron, one of the greatest ever, can't give me 25 points. KD, one of the greatest ever, can't give me 25 points. Anthony Davis, 8 rebounds.
That's easy.
Devin Booker, 1 3. Are you kidding me?
Charles Barkley has spoken, and his sharp response to LeBron James has ignited a storm around Michael Jordan's legacy. Behind his words lies a deeper tension, one that hints at rivalry, pride, and unspoken history. What pushed Barkley to confront LeBron, and what does it reveal about the legends caught in this silent conflict? In this video, I'll break it all down. The spark that ignited the confrontation. The tension began the moment Charles Barkley publicly reacted to the newest wave of comparisons between LeBron James and Michael Jordan. What seemed like a familiar debate quickly turned volatile when Barkley decided he'd had enough of what he viewed as careless narratives. He argued that placing LeBron beside Jordan wasn't just inaccurate, it was disrespectful to the era and intensity Jordan represented. Barkley's frustration grew when analysts began framing LeBron's recent achievements as proof that he had surpassed Jordan, suggesting the media was deliberately crafting a storyline rather than presenting honest analysis. To Barkley, this was a step too far.
Come on, man. You players pick it up.
0-5.
Since he bought these bombs y'all be showing every week.
He has always respected LeBron's longevity and accomplishments, but he insists the two legends operate on fundamentally different wavelengths. The moment Barkley voiced this with unusual bluntness, the debate shifted. Fans accused him of downplaying LeBron's greatness. Analysts claimed he was stuck in the past. And LeBron himself, aware of Barkley's history of fiery commentary, responded with irritation, calling out what he felt was unnecessary disrespect. Barkley's frustration with the narrative. For Charles Barkley, the real issue isn't LeBron James, it's the way the media builds the conversation around him. Barkley believes the constant comparisons to Michael Jordan are driven less by genuine analysis and more by the demand for attention-grabbing headlines. In his view, modern sports discourse has become obsessed with forcing every great player into a debate they never asked for. He argues that the GOAT conversation has turned into a marketing tool, one that oversimplifies complex careers just to spark arguments online. This, he says, does a disservice to both LeBron and Jordan.
Hey, LeBron, by the way, 3 threes away from passing Kyle Korver.
Ooh, Kyle Korver can shoot that thing.
Number 7 all-time.
Barkley has openly criticized broadcasters and analysts for leaning on easy narratives instead of exploring the unique qualities each superstar brought to the game. He points to LeBron's longevity, versatility, and resilience as achievements that deserve recognition on their own terms, not as pieces of a comparison puzzle. Likewise, he believes Jordan's dominance and competitive intensity belong to a different era entirely, shaped by pressures and expectations modern players don't face the same way, a rift rooted in personality and principle. The divide between Charles Barkley and LeBron James stretches beyond statistics or comparisons. It's tied to the very way each man approaches the game and handles criticism. Barkley has always taken pride in being brutally honest, even when his opinions strain relationships. He said repeatedly that he refuses to soften his views just to remain friendly with today's stars. This mindset has created tension with numerous players, but none more public than LeBron.
And he's second in 30-point games now with 559. MJ's got 562.
Over the years, Barkley has questioned LeBron's mentality, suggesting that while LeBron is an extraordinary athlete, he lacks the intimidating edge that defined players like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. To Barkley, that difference in mindset matters as much as championships. LeBron, meanwhile, has pushed back on the idea that his leadership style or professionalism should be seen as weakness. He views Barkley's critiques as outdated, rooted in a past era that demanded aggression over adaptability. LeBron responds to Barkley's criticism. LeBron James has never been one to stay silent when he feels his character or legacy is being misrepresented, and Charles Barkley's latest comments pushed him to speak up once again. While LeBron typically avoids direct confrontations, Barkley's sharp remarks about mentality, competitive instinct, and legacy struck a nerve. LeBron views his career as one built on consistency, leadership, and adaptability, traits he believes are just as valuable as the old-school killer instinct often used to judge players of previous generations. So when Barkley framed LeBron's greatness as fundamentally lesser than Jordan's, LeBron saw it as more than a simple basketball opinion.
About greatness? So LeBron has played how many more seasons than Michael Jordan? He's still behind him? That's crazy.
His response focused on the idea that criticism should be rooted in fairness, not nostalgia. LeBron made it clear he respects Jordan's legacy, but refuses to let anyone diminish the distinct path he carved. He also pushed back on the notion that Barkley's commentary is purely analytical, arguing that it sometimes veers into personal territory disguised as basketball talk. Still, LeBron emphasized he isn't interested in a feud, only in setting the record straight. Michael Jordan's camp fires back. The moment Charles Barkley's comments hit the airwaves, people expected LeBron and his fans to respond. But what no one anticipated was the quiet yet pointed reaction coming from individuals connected to Michael Jordan's inner circle. While Jordan himself remained silent, as he often does unless the stakes truly demand otherwise, those close to him made sure the message was clear. Disrespect toward his airness, even indirectly, would not go unchecked.
Those are some incredible stats.
They are.
Those are some incredible stats. I'm never going to say anything bad about LeBron, I told you. I think he's the third best player I've ever seen play after Michael and Kobe.
According to insiders, members of Jordan's camp felt LeBron's response blurred an important line. They believed he wasn't just defending himself, he was subtly challenging the foundation of Jordan's unmatched competitive mythology. One longtime associate even suggested that LeBron's remarks implied a rewriting of history, a suggestion that Michael's side found unacceptable. Fans and analysts enter the fray. As Barkley's comments and LeBron's response circulated, the NBA community erupted. Fans, analysts, and former players took sides, turning social media into a battlefield of opinions. Some sided with Barkley, praising his blunt defense of Jordan's legacy, calling it a necessary pushback against what they saw as an inflated comparison. Others rallied around LeBron, arguing that Barkley was failing to recognize the evolution of the game and the challenges modern players face.
I'm going to just give a couple of things about, if he wanted to do it fair, he would say, well, how many games did Michael Jordan play compared to LeBron?
Sports analysts dissected the feud endlessly, highlighting nuances in Barkley's argument about mentality, competitiveness, and instinct. Pundits debated whether LeBron's leadership, versatility, and longevity could ever measure up to the cold dominance of Jordan's era. Meanwhile, fan forums exploded with polls, ranking lists, and heated debates about who truly deserves the GOAT title. The legacy debate intensifies. The Barkley-LeBron exchange reignited the GOAT debate across the NBA and beyond. Analysts emphasized that Barkley's point isn't solely about LeBron's talent, but about mentality, the intangible killer instinct Jordan embodied. Barkley argues that LeBron, while exceptional, doesn't carry the same ruthless competitive edge, a difference he sees as defining greatness. This distinction, Barkley insists, matters more than statistics or longevity.
And actually, if you look at the numbers, Michael actually had 5,000 more points in his career, same number of games.
LeBron's supporters countered that dominance has evolved. Today's NBA demands adaptability, leadership, and mental resilience over sheer intimidation. They argue that LeBron's ability to thrive across eras, maintain peak performance, and guide multiple franchises reflects a different but equally valid form of greatness. Social media amplified these arguments, fueling passionate debates with every highlight reel and historical comparison. The media spotlight and public scrutiny. The Barkley-LeBron confrontation quickly became a media frenzy. Sports networks, podcasts, and online outlets dissected every word, replayed past interviews, and analyzed body language from previous interactions. Headlines framed it as a personal feud, but the reality is more nuanced. It's a clash of philosophies about greatness, competitiveness, and legacy.
But you have to factor in, Michael went to college for 3 years, and if you remember, he broke his foot his first year, and he retired for 2 years.
Talk shows debated Barkley's refusal to equate LeBron with Jordan, while online commentators highlighted LeBron's accomplishments and his influence beyond the court. Every tweet, clip, and post fueled the narrative, often polarizing fans into camps, those who defend Barkley's uncompromising view of Jordan and those who champion LeBron's evolution of the game. Analysts pointed out that Barkley's commentary reflects a broader tension in sports media, the desire to rank legends versus the complexity of comparing eras, what this feud means for the NBA. The Barkley-LeBron confrontation carries implications beyond personal rivalry. It speaks to how the NBA defines and celebrates greatness. Barkley's unwavering stance underscores that legacy isn't just a matter of stats or titles. It's rooted in mindset, dominance, and era-defining impact. By openly challenging LeBron, Barkley forces fans and analysts to reassess the criteria they use when evaluating legends.
So if Michael went to the NBA 3 years sooner, not missed his rookie year with a broken foot, and not retired for 2 years, he would be the all-time leading scorer.
For the league, this debate is both a challenge and an opportunity. It drives engagement, sparks discussions across social media, and attracts media coverage, but it also puts the NBA under the microscope. Critics argue that the feud highlights inconsistencies in how different generations are measured, while supporters say it enriches the sport's storytelling. The conversation prompts players to consider not only their on-court achievements, but how history will perceive their legacy. The aftermath, and what happens next. In the days following Barkley's confrontation, the NBA landscape has been buzzing with speculation about what comes next. Analysts predict the tension between LeBron and Barkley won't disappear quickly, because neither personality is known for backing down quietly. LeBron's camp has remained composed, focusing on moving forward, yet the conversation surrounding his comments about Jordan continues to circulate across major sports networks and fan forums. Barkley, meanwhile, shows no signs of softening his stance. His message has fueled further debate about how modern players address legends of previous eras, and whether today's stars owe a certain level of reverence to icons like Jordan. Many retired players have echoed Barkley's concerns, arguing that competitive comparisons are fine, but dismissive tones cross a line. The tension between LeBron and Barkley has reshaped the debate around respect, legacy, and the NBA's greatest icons. As the conversation continues, one thing is certain: this story is far from over. Subscribe for more deep dives and share your thoughts below.